From Beowulf to Spider-Man, every story has beat points. We all know about the climax, but what if I told you that by knowing 15 to 20 beat points, you could better articulate your story and write it more quickly? Now, first and foremost, I want to say that every story has one single theme. Yes, there are other themes, but one theme that your character learns that needs to wrestle with and ultimately will save them. Your beat points are going to arc over 3 acts. Act 1 is the ordinary world, and you're going to just give us a snapshot, a photo of your character, who they are, and then they're going to reject the theme. They have to do this so they can go on their adventure and learn the theme. This will be followed by a setup for their adventure, which will lead up to an inciting incident or catalyst that will force them out of their ordinary world. Sometimes there will be a little bit of a debate, but ultimately the character will start on their emotional or spiritual or physical or all 3 adventure. At 20%, we will get to Act 2, and this will lead us to fun and games, which will span the next 30%, and may not be fun and may not seem like a game. This will lead up to the turning point, which is going to be at the 50% point, where they start to see the theme again, and everything that they were pursuing the first half will either lead to a false victory or a defeat. And they have to start to wrestle with the real theme that they rejected back at about 5%. Now, finally, they will lead up to Act 3. The tension will build, the bad guys will close in, and it will all come up to a plot twist, where something that they did not realize is going to change everything. This will lead to a dark night of the soul, time of debate, thought, reflection, and finally they have to accept the theme. And only by accepting the theme are they going to be able to rally their tools or their team and finally be able to face the antagonist at the climax. And then finally you will have a home changed, which is like this mirror image snapshot of the first scene, or something that shows that yes, they have been changed by this journey and all is well.
Scene 1. I want to show you my character, not just tell you that my character is exciting and relatable. I want to show you. Tiffany Thompson is in a tree outside her attic bedroom window, and her mom thinks that she's in her messy bedroom cleaning. Now, I'm showing you Tiffany. I'm not telling you. You learn from this snapshot that Tiffany is adventurous and brave. She is not afraid to climb out of a 3rd-story window. You also realize that Tiffany is disobedient. And I have to show you in this scene that something is not quite right. Something must be learned. There must be a theme rejected. Now you are also getting a glimpse into your character's world. Tiffany has a mother who keeps order, and Tiffany, not so much. So describe your hero in 3 words. 2 words that are good or neutral, and 1 that could be an area that they need to work on. Mary Lennox is plain, sickly, and bitter. Luke Skywalker is hardworking, adventurous, and untried. Queen Elsa is lonely, disciplined, and afraid. So here is my character. Sam is smart, imaginative, and cocky. Now this 3rd trait is important because it tells you the lesson that the character needs to learn. What does Sam need to learn? He is cocky. He is like many 12-year-old boys where he thinks that he can do it on their own. So what kind of scene am I going to drop Sam into to show that he's smart, imaginative, and cocky? Maybe I'll show him being smart and imaginatively ticking off an 8th grade bully at school by his cocky mouth and attitude. Now this is a coming of age arc. The kid thinks he doesn't need anyone else, but he has to learn that he can't do it himself. And he has to accept help and work as a team. So the theme is he needs help from his team. Sam plus his team equals Happy Sam. Now Sam believes a lie. He thinks he can take care of this on his own. Now this is also called the want. Every protagonist has a lie they believe, and it usually shows up in this want that they pursue while rejecting their need. In a positive character arc, they will recognize the lie around halfway through and start to pursue the need, finally attaining the need or the truth and defeating the lie that initially drove them. Now, a negative character arc is where they actually will embrace and give in to the lie. In The Godfather, one of the best negative character arcs, it's about a mafia family, and yet it correctly shows how sins visit our children's children. The lie that the main hero believes is that crime will save his family, when each movie shows that crime slowly destroys both him and his family. Also, there's an overarching arc over the entire trilogy. When you have a series, you have an arc over the whole series, as well as an arc for each book. Now, you may be thinking that you are not writing a moral story like that. This is not a Sunday school lesson. You're wrong. Every story has a lie the character believes. And that is why, as we learn the beat points and story structure, we can better understand and convey truth. So I'm going to break down a well-known story into the beat points. Meet Aladdin. Here are Aladdin's 3 adjectives. He is smart. He is outsmarting all the guards. He is generous. We watch him literally jump over buildings to get this piece of bread and then give it to a couple little children. And he is a thief. Now this actually shows the lie that Aladdin believes, where he thinks he needs to grasp for something that he is not in order to find happiness. And we know that this is foreshadowing for what he's going to do later when he pretends to be a prince, grasping for a position that's not his. Now, in the opening scene of Aladdin, we also see a snapshot of his world. Everyone is calling him a street rat and riffraff. His world is against him. And it confirms the lie that he believes, that he needs to grasp for things that are not his in order to push himself forward. Now, around the 5%, Aladdin rejects the theme. He rejects that life is enough without money and position. He feels like he has to steal it. He can't earn it, and his life is not enough without it. So if you have a story, think of 3 adjectives to describe your character. Now, next you have your setup. And in Aladdin, he meets Jasmine, and this further confirms the lie to him. He can't have her unless he grasps at a position that is not his. So what you're doing here in the setup is you are lining up your protagonist's pursuit of their lie. They are going to start on their emotional or spiritual or physical journey because of the pursuit of the lie, not because of the pursuit of the truth. And they are going to have a very specific goal, but it is going to be rooted in the lie that they think will solve their problems. Now, during this time, they are also starting to build up their allies. Aladdin already has a boo, but he's now met Jasmine, and soon he is going to meet Genie. And these Act 2 characters will play a role in his transformation. But right now, he's just busy pursuing his goals. So let's talk about goals.